Okay, I'm gonna try and do this the easiest way possible. Please don't mind my messy little desk. So I have all my pieces cut out. So each one is all separate. And then I normally leave up in Design Space exactly what I'm going to do. So if you see, you'd start with the purple. So you cut a piece, don't ask me why I made this so big, but you would cut your, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, transfer paper to be the size of your last piece so that the entire decal fits. Again, I don't know why I made this so big. And I did forget my little registration marks. Normally, to make your life easier when you're layering vinyl, you can put little squares up here for each color, and it'll keep everything intact. So here, I'll show you. So for like the black layer, I would just go into Shapes, add a square, make it smaller, duplicate it. Oh, I don't have the hands for this. You would select both of the squares. Obviously, I can't do that at the moment, so I'm going to hide all of the other colors so I can select those. I'm going to align them so that they're perfectly centered. Oh, I guess they were. And then I'm just going to weld them together just so it's easier. And then just draw a box around the whole thing, weld it. So you would do that for each color, and then when you're layering it together, keep your squares per color. So you would do it again. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Whoops. You would add another square, make it small, like that, and duplicate it, add it to this one. So hide your black, select all, weld. So now when you weld them or layer them on top of each other, your squares will line up, so that'll keep everything else lined up as well. But I forgot to do that on mine. So we're gonna wing it and just go with it. I'm going to try and have you guys sit on top of my light. I don't know how well that'll work. And if it falls, I apologize in advance. This is also just how I do it. It's pretty much how you guys are comfortable, really. So if, you know, this isn't your way, then don't do it my way. But yeah, this is pretty much just how I do it. They don't end up perfect. And you have to remember that when you're doing stuff like this. Not everything is going to be perfect. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna have to do trial and error. As much as it sucks and we hate it, we don't like making mistakes. We don't like wasting things. It happens. We, as people, make mistakes. And we can't help it. So, mine, I'm going to pretty much just kind of lay this out real quick. Because the first piece I'm going to start with is the crown. And the crown would be my first layer, and then my second layer could either be this pink or this pink. Oh, out of view. This pink or this pink. Just depends on how you want to layer it. And if I wasn't in such of a hurry to get this done for you guys, I would have sliced everything so that it would have fit more seamlessly and you wouldn't see the layers through each other. But I decided to just do this real quick. and then go from there. So I'm gonna take my obnoxiously huge piece of transfer tape, and like I said, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If it doesn't all end up on one piece of transfer tape, you can layer transfer tape over each other and work with it that way. So again, it's not a huge debacle, but and then sometimes I like to just lay it on each other like this, kind of just to get my placement per se and where it's all gonna go. And then again, this is my way of doing it. You don't have to do it this way. But I kind of just get one piece to stick. Obviously, it's not going to work that way today. And depending on what transfer tape you have, it's forgiving. You're going to be able to get things off quickly and easily. Yeah. So I just use this sometimes to rub. I mean, I have this one. It works. What else do I have? Again, my craft room is so messy. I don't know where half of my things are. In a pinch, I've used this before. I mean, fingers work. You can use your hands. So, and then for the rest of it, you pretty much just, let me move these out of the way, line everything up and go. Like I said, vinyl, or the transfer paper is very forgiving. So when I'm working with a big piece, I'll fold it over and then kind of just go with it. And again, like I said, I've left my design up in Design Space so I could see where to place everything. So again, it's a big piece. It's pretty forgiving. Just gotta play with it. I flip it over, squeegee it. And if you run into your transfer tape or your vinyl not releasing, just kind of roll it off the backing. That works just as well. So as you can see, it's all on one piece so far. And then we'll fold our piece over again. And then layer the next piece. Like I said, if this doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it my way. This is just how I roll. And if you have a problem, I know some people have problems with decals or things not staying in place. Normally I would work on my mat, but I've got stuff on it. So you can tape it down if you feel that it's moving. Sorry. And then just kind of layer where it goes. Like so. Pull this off so I can get it stuck without getting everything stuck on my desk. Again, this is, like I said, I do things randomly. I'm weird. I don't do like how normal people do it. You just, like I said, it's trial, it's error, but there's that other piece. Again, just kind of squeegee it down and then roll it off. And then our next layer would be the black layer. Yeah, I've got cat hair on here. as much as I try to be perfect when I'm making things, it doesn't always work out that way. As you can see, my transfer tape is being all wonky. So, I honestly don't remember what transfer tape I'm using. Sometimes I use contact paper. I bought transfer paper from somewhere, don't remember where. Doesn't really say anything on the back of it, so I can't give you guys a rundown of where I got it from. Oh, look at that. I've got a piece of transfer tape stuck to my desk. So, we'll just layer this piece on the black piece. Again, not 100% sure why I made this so big, but I did. And this is so hard with the camera being where I would normally stand and look. Alright, that looks about right. Again, just squeegee the crap out of it. So you're working from that first color down to the last bottom color. Depending on how many colors you have, you'll just have to go from there and check. But like I said, leaving your design up in Design Space helps tremendously too, because then you can see what colors should, which way it should end up looking. I just stuck my other piece there so that when I stick it down for this last piece, that the vinyl doesn't stick to my desk. So that is pretty much how I layer my decals. And yeah, obviously I won't put it back on this piece, but that's pretty much how I do it. You can cut your design anyway on Design Space, but like I said, if I was not in such a quick thing to get this done, I would have sliced my back pieces so that you wouldn't see this piece, like this part right here. So I would have sliced it off so it all kind of went together nicely and you didn't see any bumps. I have no clue what I'm going to use this for right now. Maybe my neighbor's daughter would like a new decal. If you have any questions, I hope that kind of answers you guys. And I don't know, this is my first ever video like this, so please don't laugh too much and ask any questions that you might have. I'll help as much as I can. Hope this helps.